and then one behind. Yeah, up 2. Same on the next string.
Oh.
Yeah, there, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And you can carry on from there. You know, you can keep going. So.
There.
Slide up to the dot. Yeah, that's right.
There.
Yeah, technically that one there is the end of the scale, so it's.
But you've just added the extra. Cool.
You'll get some knob, don't you, that winds it up. Slide.
Slide.
Yeah. Watch me.
Slide to it, repeat same next
The
string.
reason for that is my ring finger.
Yeah.
If that goes to there, the next note is easier to get at.
Right.
So your fingers aren't sort of tied up all the time. Yeah. If you were to play that scale the proper way,
yeah.
What I said to you before.
That was a bit complicated.
It's less complicated, but your hands are kind of stretched. The way I do it. It's just more fluid. When you get it, it's more fluid. And as you learn to play the scale further up the neck, it means your fingers are in a better position for doing it. Just watch this. Would help if I wasn't drunk. Watch from the start. So the way I play it, my fingers are always ending up, ready to play the next little bit. So the faster that I go, doesn't really matter that much because my fingers are already in the right spot. So although technically I don't play it the right way, I play it a way that's easier for me. So if I want to shred a little bit, my fingers are always in the right sort of place when I'm shredding, and what that means is you can play faster, and for everybody that's listening to you a bit more wow.
Yeah.
Because you're not sort of tripping up all over your fingers and things like that.
Why don't you get along with Grandad John?
So it's just a different way of playing things, and sometimes with rock music and things, we tend to play things a little bit easier.
But just make it sound.
But because we've got more sound, if I was to play something like it's a kind of a full sound, but what I'm actually playing, simple stuff. It's not hard what I'm playing, but the sound sort of makes up for it a little bit. So you can get away with murder a little bit with rock.
Yeah.
What stuff? If I was playing like rockabilly or something like that, you can't get away with it because you've got a really clean sound. But with rock, you can. You know.
You know this thing here? Go on my that. What is it for?
Right. What that's for? That's to make a choice between that pickup, that pickup, or a combination of the both. So I've got 3 positions.
But what's the difference?
Right, the difference is in the sound. It's probably easier if I have it quieter, right, or less. Right, so if I play in the bridge position, it's more bright, lighter. If I play at the neck, it'll be deeper.
Right.
Or in the middle, it's kind of a combination of the both. Depending on what you're playing, if you're playing sort of rock stuff, most of it you would play it with this because it's more.
Yeah.
If I was to bring this down here, it's got a different sound, and if you a lot of places, if you listen to something like Nothing Else Matters by, yeah, right, Nothing Else, the solo is played with more of that sound, so it's more nasal. See how it's a different.
Yeah.
So it's just about making a choice. If you listen to something like that one probably sounds even more so because it's more. You've got like a more country and western sort of bite, grabby sort of sound.
Yeah.
Or a really, really kind of bluesy sort of sound. So if I play, see how that's like, yeah, play a different pick because it's a bit harder. If I play that, suits certain things. If you think about something like Paradise City by Guns N' Roses. Right, but if you want it, or with power, but if you want to play the solo, it would sound wrong. It doesn't sound right. If I flick on here, it's sort of more muted. See the difference in sound? One's like really sort of rhythm and sort of. The other one's sort of more. Just more nasal, a little bit more muted.
Yeah.
So it depends what you want to play. You know, if you want to play, I don't know, Christ, I can't even remember it. Can't remember. You know what I mean? I can't remember it, but different sounds suit different things more. Like. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I know it's really hard for me to sort of tell you straight away in one go, but if if you think about the difference when there's no power in it. So it just makes different sounds. That's electric, but you don't have that choice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I've got my mum's old semi, it's really nice, it's proper old and like brassy, and it sounds really cool. Like, if you want to like play really country, western music, it's perfect time for it. But like when I was trying
to... Do you like country western stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
I just find it amazing how they do the plucking with the strumming. You know when they do the whole, and then they pluck, and then they strum again, and then they pluck, and then they strum. That's what amazes me with Taylor Swift.
It gets me, but I've been listening to a guy called Brian Setzer, plays for a not cool anymore band called the Stray Cats, but I love. And what he does, he plays with a flat pick like I do, right? But what he does when he gets to the...
where you put it in your hands and then...
Flicks it out of the way, yeah? So what you get... If you watch this hand, I play all sorts of different things. If you watch this hand, I'll play with my fingers.
Right.
And some with a pick. Fingers. Then flick it out of the way.
Yeah.
If I could play.
Have you ever played like a banjo, like that sort of type of thing?
No.
If you can't like your own instrument, is it just like...
So just being able to flick it out, it helps if I'm not drunk. But just to be able
Never
to...
see you when you're not drunk. Then.
No, that's the problem. Like, you know, but just to be able to play and then flick it out of the way.
Yeah.
And I used to have a thumb pick that they used for like banjo, but I couldn't quite make it. But
well, the thing with
you can do that.
She uses her fingernails as a plectrum, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's at the end of the day, it's whatever feels comfortable for you. And there's different picks and stuff like that. I mean, something like that's like, you know, a bit thinner than that.
The weirdest thing, I prefer to use nails than anything else. I don't really like picks because I just like... I think the sound, I just like the sound of
it's fine, but it depends what you want to do. Because if you want to play something more intricate, then what you need is something like that, because you can actually sort of, you can define a note. And what I do is it's like alternate picking up and down. And what you do is you gradually get quicker.
Yeah.
Even to the point where you don't even need that so much.
The only time I ever like use guitar is when I'm trying to write a song for our band, and it's just like when I'm just just mucking about with it.
Yeah.
But it's like I do want to learn it. I want to learn it as a proper thing that I can play. But it's just getting round, like, because drums have taken over.
It's just getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Once you're comfortable, if you think about a few chords and stuff like that, the things you can play with just a handful of chords.
Yeah. Well. I know.
You don't need many chords to be able to play a song.
Well, like one of my favourite songs, it's just G, B minor and D, and it's amazing. It's, Pink, Just Like a Pill.
Yeah,
Just 3 chords and it's amazing.
A lot of good songs are. If you think of 3 chords, pick 3 chords and stuff like that. If I play an E, and then I play...
That bottom.
So 3 chords. If I play an E chord, then I play an A 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I play a B 7th. Right? Song. you like sort of Taylor Swift country western?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So let's just see. Train ride, 16 coaches long. Train ride, 16 coaches long. Well, a long black train has got my baby on. Mystery train coming around. Mystery train coming around. Well, I've been got drunk.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to just make stuff up like that. Just because I'm limited to a few amount of chords, so I just think, right, I'll think of a bass for a song, like just like a little thing so I can play the drums to it. Then Jack will be like, oh yeah, we can just fit this in here and fit that in there. Because it's like amazing. So
all you need to do is think about basics. Don't think about flash and fancy. Just think about basics.
No, that's what I do, and then Jack has a
handful of basic chords. The sort of blues and rock and roll guys.
Yeah.
Simple as anything like. But if you think about rock and roll, if I think about sort of 12 bar.
That's what I can't do. Play a limited amount of strings. That annoys me. But I think it's just because I'm not used to playing with a plectrum, to be honest.
No, it's not. Do you know what it is?
What? What?
Heel and hand. Listen to this. Right? Put my heel of the hand just there.
What are you doing?
It's called palm muting. And all you do, you see where the strings come over there?
Yeah.
Right? All you do is you just rest your hand so it's just and so on the strings. So if I roll my hand forward now.
I was trying to learn a Taylor Swift song, White Horse, and it said something about palm muting, and that's when I gave up, so I was like, what the hell is that?
All it is, you use the heel of the hand, the heel of your palm there.
Can I use it?
Yeah. That's all you do. You just roll. So if you have your hand just behind, just roll it over so it just catches it. And that's all it is. That's all palm muting is. So, and what you can do then is if you do the, if you want to highlight a note, you can just roll your hand back.
Right.
So if I. All I'm doing is either having my hand forward or having it back, and that causes the sound to be muted and thicken it up. If you think about metal, right? If you think about metal, put my hand there. Yeah.
This is the sort of thing that makes me want to have guitar lessons. I think when I said to Mum, I really do want to do guitar lessons, she said that you'd probably want to drop drums, and I thought, no, I could play as many as I want, and I won't drop anything. I'll still love it.
Think about Sandman, right? Think about Sandman. So the sound, the power comes from here, from this bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't sound so difficult all of a sudden, does it?
No.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the power comes from here.
Right.
Yeah. So if I was to play Sandman, well, it starts off by. Doesn't sound very powerful. You add the amp, and all of a sudden it's like.
Yeah.
But it's quite simple. It's just a few notes. It's nothing major. If you think about something like off the same album, Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah.
You think about that.
Very different Metallica song though.
More difficult.
Yeah.
More to it, more difficult. You think about Sandman.
Simple.
They've got to wonder how they got away with it.
Yeah. The songs that I really want to learn on guitar are like Paramore songs, but that's just because that's my music. And
Paramore's cool. I love Paramore.
I think it's just because Hayley Williams has always been like top.
She's
top
a
vibe.
really, really good singer, but she's a good songwriter as well.
She's really talented, but she's a really good drummer. She's got a drum kit at home with like 7 toms, and there's a video on YouTube just going mad on them. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that she can play and sing at the same time that confuses me.
To be honest, as you learn things on the guitar, it's easier to sing as you go along.
That's what I found with drums.
Yeah,
I was trying to sing.
It really is.
Now it's easy for me.
It gives you a sense of perspective of where you are in the song, but it means that when you get further on and you learn the song, you learn it when it's intricate and things. You're already used to singing it.
Yeah.
So it's easier. It really is. The hardest thing in the world is to play something and to learn it and then to try and sing over the top.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Even if you're just going la 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 or whatever,
I remember the name of the song that my brother, because he's like proper, screamo thing going on, and his mate Harry, who's like this big. He's got like an undersized jaw, so he's like really small and cute and all. And he listens to Turkish screamo, so he can't understand a word, but he's just like full on rocker. And he's got this song. Have you ever heard this guy called Buckethead?
Yeah, right.
Love him. And he's learned how to play one song on guitar just because of that. And that just impressed me, because he didn't know anything about guitar, he was determined to learn the song, and he did.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing good about guitar. You can find how to learn it anywhere on the internet.
You can. The thing is, it depends what you want to learn. And for me, learning how to play rhythm's more important than all the twiddly, all the widdly wee. All that. It sounds impressive, but it doesn't play a song. But playing the rhythm with a drummer and a bass player is more important.
I learned all the chords for Just Like a Pill, and it was getting the timing and all that right with it, and I just couldn't do it, and I can't play it. I remember the chords and stuff like that. It's just the timing that's not good with me for guitar.
All you got to do is listen to it in your head.
I play along with the songs. I think it's easier, and then I get used to it.
I don't. I listen to the song and then park it.
Yeah.
And then play it, because the thing is with stuff, right? Impersonating somebody else is all very well and good.
It's making it your own.
But making it your own is more important. So if you sound like you playing it, it's always going to be more cool than trying to sound like the guy who sounded like the guy who played it.
It's like that. I had a female drum teacher for like one lesson, and she came in and played this Chili Pepper song and was like, right, this is how you play it. We're like, right, cool. Then she said, but this is how I play it. And it was just like, whoa. How the hell did you do that? And it was amazing.
It is, and it's always, and it's about, for me, because I can play the guitar already and I've played for a long time, what I'll do is I'll listen to what other people do and I'll try and find my own way of doing it. And what you end up doing, you end up finding things that are kind of cool, and you might hear something like, I'll play things that are like people play a string bend, I'll play it with 2 strings, but only bend one of them. Yeah, or bend 2 strings, bend one up, catch the other, and let one go, come back as the other, like this. And it's just like. It's just like noodling around and trying to find different ways and different things that people do. Like stuff like on the tremolo.
Yeah.
Play on the tremolo and things like that, that's fine. One of the reasons I like that one better than that one is because I can't be lazy. I can't just play the tremolo. So I've got, if I want to bring a note down, I've got to go bend it and let it down rather than just hang on a bar and stuff like that. And you find yourself playing differently.
The only thing that I'm worried about with bending strings is snapping a string.
No chance.
I just don't
want
to snap a string.
You won't snap a string. Yeah.
I'm not good at restringing them.
Unless it's old and knackered, you won't snap. I sometimes snap strings if I'm bending really sort of extreme. Usually you bend a tone or a semitones or a tone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends what it is. I'm playing the thing of a.
I need my guitar totally restringing, to be honest. I think it's just. Can you do that thing where you know when you throw it over the shoulder and it goes back round and catch it? That's I love that.
Can we want to like that because the strap can't go?
It's when Fall Out Boy, one of the music videos, and they just chuck it around and catch it. They're just amazing in Fall Out Boy. I think.
Doesn't make you play any better.
No, but it just looks cool. That's just quite easy to
if you play a G chord.
Not up here.
No,
it's just left a recording of us.
If you play a G chord, these 2 fingers, if you move them up a string and then up a note, that's a really nice sound.
Whoa. Yeah.
And then slide it up 2 frets, and play it up there. That's a really nice sort of ethereal sort of sound.
Yeah, you've got 15 minutes because everyone else downstairs is asleep. So to swing a taxi, they said 15 minutes. Cool. Alright.
See what I mean about this standing line? Like if you're going to play something quick, like. It's all about this hand.
Yeah. I'd love to be able to do all that. I think it's not really well coordinated. I can't do side jumps, so.
It's about practice, that's all it's about.
Yeah.
It's about practice. If you hold a chord and then you mess about with your fingers, right, you can't get the notes wrong because it's the chord so all the notes that are in the chord are right, so you can't get it wrong. So it's just a question of holding a chord. You hold a G chord, G7, just noodle around it. You can't get the notes wrong, and then you move your chord down. And it's just about practice. sitting there noodling, and sometimes it'll sound rubbish.
Yeah.
Don't matter. Because if it sounds rubbish, you can think to yourself like, I mean, just even holding your finger across the notes is amazing. You can make it sound cool. All you know, bit of vibrato. It just, everything adds to make it a simple thing sound kind of cool. You know, and then people sit there like, and say, oh wow, you know, yeah, wicked, I love the sound of that, you know. And you think to yourself, oh, it's actually not special, you know. But, you know, simple stuff, scales, minor pentatonic. Majority of blues and rock songs are built around that. Solos.
It's cool. I mean,
So, most of them are done. Even the Texas stuff and things like that, you know, it's just like, you know, if I was like ZZ Top, yeah, the guys with the beards.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
listen, the old stuff, blues and stuff, all like that. You have a rhythm like. As soon as the solo comes in. All just that scale. It's just that scale, that's all it is. Noodling around with scales. And people like go to music school and it's like play scales, it's like arithmetic and stuff like, you know, do your multiplication, and it's like, but it makes sense because once you've got the shape, it's like, oh wow, I can, and then you start to play other things like seventh chords. Ooh. Yeah. Do you know why they're called sevenths?
Nope.
Right. That's it, right. If you listen to that chord, the most important note is that one. It defines the whole thing. If you play the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just the seventh note in the scale, but when you play it as a chord, it makes it sound the way that it does. If I play it as a major, it's all bright and happy and wah. If I play it as a minor, it's like ooh, dark and scary and stuff. And you play things like majors and minors, and then go into majors like this. Then a major. Only playing.
Do you know what I mean with guitars? It's just like how people can just do it, like, but they look effortless.
Yeah, but
it's amazing.
do you know what that is? It's called practice. Yeah, it's called practice. That's all it is. Anybody that does anything at all that looks effortless is only because they've done it lots and lots and lots of times.
That's
all
an
it is.
interesting choice of guitar.
No, it's Holly's.
Alright.
It's Holly's.
It's a bit strange.
What's important about it is it's a 3/4 scale. It's got a short neck on it, so it makes it easier for her.